It's a mood boosting walk with weights, Killer Bees. Grab your lightest dumbbells and let's go. All right, Killer Bees, get your dumbbells completely out of the way while we warm up with some arm circles and high knees. And we take a nice deep breath. Are you ready for this one today? I tell you what, I am very excited to be boosting my mood with this workout today because I'm in a great mood. I'm always in at least a decent mood, but I've had some frustrations already today and I'm ready to just move and groove and feel a little bit better about things. And that is one of my favorite things about any kind of workout. You guys, welcome to the workout. By the way, I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, my friends, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body and sometimes your menopausal moods. Am I right? Am I right? Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. I was about to say mood kickers, which we're gonna do. No matter what kind of a mood you are in, my friend, today this workout is going to make it even better. We've got some We've got some light load-bearing cardio, meaning that we've got our lightest dumbbells today. Now, if you do not have like a super light pair, feel free to just do this as hands-free cardio. I would actually really prefer that over accidentally using something too heavy. If you need like a variety of dumbbells to choose from, the weight tree that I have here that I got from Amazon, which is usually in stock, hasn't been lately, but usually in stock, I have the link for it in the description below. Make sure that you open that up. It's really nice to be able to have a couple of different weights to choose from. And I love these light cardio toning kind of days where we've got something heavy in our hands, but it's not so heavy that it's really strength training, but it's not so light that it's, too light. Today is indeed a moderate day. I'm not going to go too fast, not going to go too slow. Just going to have, honestly, like the Goldilocks of workouts. Truly going to be just right no matter what your goal is. If you are trying to lose weight or you are body shaping, this workout is going to cover it all for us. Let's do some welcome to my homes. Because welcome to my home where we get sweaty at least twice a week, my friends. Here's what it looks like today. I've got the handy dandy gym boss up here on my shoulder set for 30-second intervals. And none of those is going to be rest today. Here's what it looks like. We're going to be walking and then we're going to do some other low impact cardio moves. There's absolutely no jumping today, no transitions up and down from the ground. It's a very straightforward kind of day, which is very good for a mood boost. We are going inchworm style, which means that we're going to have pairs of exercises in between the walking. The intervals, they're going to be challenging at some point. I mean, like I said, there's no rest today. So make sure that you're taking everything at a mood boosting pace, my friends. Let's go ahead and grab those dumbbells. We're going to get started with some walking or marching, which means that I'm honestly not going to go very fast. I'm just getting started with some moving here. And in fact, this first interval, we're going to do some side step press-ups, which means we're going to step to the side and we're going to press up on that same side. Very simple, just kind of, it's a continuation of our warm-up, honestly. And after that, because this is inchworm style, after that, we're actually coming right back to walking. The rest of the workout, we're gonna have 2 exercises in a row because that's how this workout works. So step to the side, press it up overhead. Step to the side, press it up overhead. When it beeps again, as I mentioned, we're going right back to walking. It's honestly the only time that we're really going back and forth with walking like this. The rest of the workout, we've got 2 exercises paired back to back. So, and it'll make more sense or it won't. I mean, honestly, it'll either make sense while we're doing it or you're just going to follow along with me and it won't be that big of a deal anyways. Because honestly, okay, so here's why I'm a little bit nervous. The last time we did an inchworm workout, it was, I don't know, what, a month ago, something like that. I totally spaced out on the inchworm part. So I'm a little bit nervous I'm going to do that again today. So I'm thinking really hard when it beeps again. We're doing those side step press ups paired with triceps curl downs. I think, honestly, the hardest part today, so here we go with these side step press ups. I think the hardest part today is going to be saying some of these exercises. When it beeps again, we're doing the triceps curl downs, which means honestly it's a very similar motion except our hand is curling down and we're really getting that triceps involved. We're also tapping out to the side again. Got some lateral movement for us today. I like to work our inner and outer thighs, especially on kind of a simple workout. So here we go with triceps curl downs. You're curling down and pushing your wrist, or rather your palm, is ending up facing like out away from your body. That's how we're getting those triceps in the back of your arms. When it beeps again, we're going back to walking, making sure that we're breathing, taking this at a nice gentle pace today. Truly, I'm in no mood to be going too hard. So here we go with a nice walking pace. Okay, so when it beeps again, here's where the inchworm comes in. Inchworm, by the way, it means that we're creeping along. It's a repeating, no repeat kind of workout. So when it beeps again, we're going to do those triceps curl downs again, but we're pairing them with dancing X's, which means that we're going to make a big X with our body and dance into the middle with some crunches meeting your elbow to your knee. But you guys, I have to really think sometimes. So here we go with these triceps curl downs. I have to really think sometimes about managing the exercises and what I'm going to say and what we're doing with our bodies. And honestly, using my brain like that, at least a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, it's one of the things that can help boost your mood. When it beeps, we're doing those dancing X's. Making a big X with your body. Feet are wide, hands are wide. Get a crunch in the middle, meeting your opposite elbow to your opposite knee. Awesome job. Having your hands up overhead, whether they are empty or have a nice light dumbbell in it, this brings your heart rate up. You notice I slowed down a little bit. I'm making sure this is moderate today. You guys, you do not need to do a ton of work to boost your mood. As mentioned, working your brain can help boost your mood. Moving your body can help boost your mood. But like everything, so we're right back to walking now. Like everything in life, there's like a point of diminishing returns, which means that sometimes you do honestly feel great after you work really hard after a push day. I do like that feeling after a push day, but sometimes that can be a little bit too much. We want to find that sweet spot where we're pushing the exact right amount to get the endorphins flowing, to feel really good, but not so much that it's too much. Here we go with those dancing X's. And then this time we're going to pair it with peekaboo high knees. And I think that this is one of our tougher pairs, honestly, even though it's really early in the workout, because we're still going to have our hands mostly up. You're going to have your elbows bent with your hands above just about your head. Going to close your elbows and open your elbows, making a peekaboo while we bring up one high knee at a time. Again, it's a little bit slower. Here we go. We can take it at a cardio pace. I mean, I'm moving faster than I would be if I had really heavy dumbbells in my hands, but slower than I would be if my hands were empty. We're finding that moderate Goldilocks pace that feels like a good amount of work without being too much. When it beeps again, we're going back to that walking. Already looking forward to putting my hands down. That was the thing, no matter how I put these exercises together today. Thank goodness for walking. No matter how I put the exercises together today, there's a fair bit of hands over heads, my friends. That's how it goes with cardio toning. Having your hands up brings your heart rate up. And we do want our heart rate to come up just enough. How much is enough? Only you know, my friend. When it beeps again, we're doing those peekaboo high knees again, and we're pairing them with squat jacks. That one, at least, we get to have a little bit. So here we go with those peekaboo high knees. And then squat jacks. Your hands are going to be doing jumping jacks, but your lower body is going to be doing squats. So when your hands are down, your hips are down. When your hands are up, your hips are up. Really thinking about excellent form while we're doing anything. I mean, you know, my friend, if you're going to be exercising, make sure that you're moving your body in a way that's helping helping your body. So here we go. Hands are down, hips are down, hands are up, hips are up. Squat jacks, one of my favorites. We get a little bit of a break from some of that upper body stuff. Oh, but it's not so much of a break for your lower body. When it beeps again, going back to that walking, gonna be able to put our hands down around your waist. Making sure you're breathing. What a good job you're doing. I do love to find just the right amount. Here we go back to walking. To find just the right amount of movement. You know, the question that I get asked more than anything, more than anything, especially lately, especially now that I talk so much about moderation and how moderation can really help you at our age, at any age, reach your goals. You know, the best thing for weight loss is to work out consistently, like every day consistently, which means, here we go with those squat jacks again. Hands are down, hips are down, hands are up, hips are up. When it beeps again, we're gonna do punch, punch, kick. Exactly what it sounds like. We're gonna punch forward, then we're gonna kick. Gonna go back and forth with your leader hand and your kicking foot, taking it at a pace that works for you. But here's the thing. When you are exercising a little too hard, a little too often, or only once in a while because you notice that it's too often, so punch, punch, and kick. Punch, punch, and kick. It's really hard to be consistent when you're going at a pace and doing something that's just slightly outside what you're capable of doing, for example, every day. Now, I know, because I've done it myself. Sometimes we try to do a little too much, a little too often, every single day. And I don't know if you've noticed, here we go back to walking, but I noticed almost immediately when I turned a certain age that as soon as I was doing a little bit too much, my body reacted, and not in the way you think. You think, oh, I'm taking all these steps, I'm burning all these calories, I'm doing all this work, I should totally be losing weight. But in fact, the exact opposite is what happened to me and what happens to a lot of us. We are moving more. So here we go with that punch, punch, and kick. Punch, punch, and kick. When it beeps again, we're moving into walking stars. That's where we pick an apple and we put it in our pocket. You might know it as a box step. If I call it a box step, my brain can't follow along. But if I call it walking stars, it makes total sense to me. We're stepping forward while raising that same hand, stepping forward with the other foot while raising that hand, and then stepping back and lowering your hand, stepping back and lowering your other hand. It takes much longer to explain than it does to do it. Forward, forward, back, and back. And I meant to change my leader foot each time, my friends. A lot to think about here, a lot to do. As always, if you can't follow along with me exactly, do your own thing. My friends, there is no such thing as doing this workout wrong unless you injure yourself. And that is what can happen if we're doing too much. Right back to walking. When we do a little bit too much, a little bit too often, first of all, rather than losing weight, our body ends up storing fat. That is a stress response. When we have a little bit of stress over time, or a lot of stress over time, our body's response to that biologically, every time, is fat storage. Usually around your belly. Belly fat is from stress. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing those walking stars again. So we're forward, forward, back, and back. Other side, back, and back. But when we find the exact right amount of exercise, and trust me, right has as much to do with your mental health as your physical health. When it beeps again, we're doing big arm side shuffles. The hardest thing for me was taking it down, honestly, 3 notches, not just 1, not just 2, 3 notches. My body responded very nicely. Here we go. With big arm side shuffles, I was able to lose a couple pounds almost immediately as soon as I took my workouts down those 3 notches. But my brain started arguing with me almost constantly. The monkey chatter of that's not enough, that's not enough, you're gonna lose all your fitness, you're not gonna feel good, na 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 na, as our monkey chatter brains sometimes have something to say. And that truly, here we go, back to walking. That is the real trick of moderation, my friends, is finding the exact right amount that the monkey in your brain will quiet down, at least a little bit. Although I will tell you that there's another part of that too, honestly. Quieting the monkey in your brain just takes practice on your part. You can think whatever you want to think on purpose at any time, but you got to practice it. You've got to practice telling the monkey to be quiet, that you're doing fine, that you're doing just enough, that what you're doing is perfect for your body. Here we are with these big arm side shuffles, and my friends, this was the circuit. So we're starting, well, we're not starting, we're going to come back to those side step press ups when it beeps. Got to think about what that is. We're stepping to the side while pressing up. And it's a very different motion from this big arm side shuffle. So I've really got to think about my coordination, you guys. Sometimes when we're working our brains like this, so here we go. Side step, press up. I feel like I'm doing this different than I did last time. If I am, I apologize. This is not an exercise that I do all the time yet. This is something that I think, in fact, I'm not sure how many times I've done this. It's not one of my regular exercises. And sometimes when I do something kind of new, especially when we do it on 2 rounds, I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. We're back to walking now. And that was the last time we had to do those. So if they were different between round 1 and round 2, it'll probably be different the next time we do it in a different workout too, you guys. As mentioned, there's no exercise police, and thank goodness for it. Sometimes I do the exercises wrong. Sometimes I do the whole thing wrong. Oh, but you know what? We are going to do it one more time. Darn it. Because we're going to start with those next time. We're starting with the side step press ups, and maybe this time it'll feel a little bit more normal. So side step, press up. Still feels kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Sometimes, honestly, sometimes it's just a lack of paying attention, which is what it is for me, because I was thinking so much about moderation and boosting your mood, and my mood, by the way, has already boosted, but I was thinking so much about talking about that I totally forgot what exercise this was. When it beeps again, we're doing those triceps curl downs. Awesome job. So triceps curl downs, getting your palm facing all the way back around. When you're engaging that curl function, which we only have because we have 2 bones in our forearm, we can only make our elbow move this way because of that. Such a fascinating thing that our bodies can do. But when you've got your palm facing basically out or even up at the ceiling, we're really engaging those triceps. Right back to walking. Oh my goodness. You guys. My brain is working. My mood is working. This feels like a little bit more than moderate from my brain, but I think it's going to be just right for my body. And this is what I'm hoping that it is for you. When it beeps again, we're doing those triceps curl downs again. This is what I hope that these kinds of workouts can do for you. Most of my workouts more recently, here we go with those triceps curl downs, are moderate. I still do push days. I still have a variety of workouts. If you go back in my catalog, I have 800 videos. If you do any of the workouts where my hair was long, they're all push days. They're all very difficult workouts. When it beeps again, we're doing dancing X's. But here's the thing. When you find what moderate means for you, and it might even change from day to day. That's the thing. Some days, so here we go with those dancing X's, some days you can move faster or lift a little bit heavier and it still feels totally moderate and your body still recovers from it as though it was moderate. It's never the same thing from day to day. I think that is the lesson that I am learning more than anything at this age, is that every day, first of all, every day is a gift. I mean, as it is. Everything my body can do is a gift. Right back to walking. But also every day is different. That some days I've got a lot of energy. Some days my balance is fantastic, maybe not fantastic. Some days my balance is really passable. And some days I got nothing in the tank. Some days I'm wobbling everywhere we go. Some days my lightest dumbbells start to feel really heavy when we're this far into the workout. Moderate is always, always, always moderate for you today. Here we go with those dancing X's. This one's our tough pair because we're pairing this with those peekaboo high knees. Really starting to feel these dumbbells here on round 2. You are doing such a great job making sure that you're breathing, making sure that even in the middle of a moderate workout that you're still moderating. Sometimes we get going and our mood starts to get boosted and we start to feel so good that all of a sudden we're moving faster, we're pushing harder. All of a sudden it's not so moderate anymore, is it? This is something else that has absolutely, I have become a victim of by my own hand. Sometimes I feel amazing. I think that's probably the hardest part about moderation. You're still capable of doing everything that you've always been able to do. Everything still feels pretty good while you're doing it. But then afterwards, we're right back to walking. Then afterwards, when you're trying to recover, all of a sudden your body's like, oh dear, no, that was definitely too much. That was not moderate at all. And that's tough. I mean, it's tough to figure out when you're in the middle of it exactly what moderate is. And so for me personally, my rule of thumb is that I aim to feel like I'm almost not doing very much at all. That is always moderate for me. Peekaboo high knees. I always aim a little bit lower because I know that I frequently start going a little bit faster in the middle of a workout. When it beeps again, we're doing squat jacks, by the way. But also, there's no downside to doing too little. I know you think there is. I know everybody thinks there is. If I don't do enough, I won't get my goal. I will argue with you plentifully about that, my friends. The way you get your goal, so hands are down, hips are down, hands are up, hips are up, squat, and jumping jack without any jumping at all. The way you get your goal, no matter what your goal is, body shaping goal, weight loss goal, any other kind of a fitness goal, running, walking, living a long time, heart health, anything. The way you get that goal is by being consistent. That is the only way to get any goal. You are never, right back to walking, you are never going to get a goal by pushing too hard and hurting yourself or burning out or gaining fat because you've done too much. I mean, there are all kinds of downsides to doing too much and literally none to doing too little. The only downside is the monkey chatter in your head, and you control that. You absolutely control that. When it beeps again, you guys, we're doing those squat jacks again. Hands are down, hips are down, hands are up, hips are up. Oh, I'm singing now, aren't I? You know, but on a moderate workout, it starts to feel mighty sweaty when we're this far in. When it beeps again, we're doing punch, punch, kick. Oh my goodness, you guys, that's the thing. Moderate is still a workout. Moderate gets those endorphins flowing. Moderate feels, it feels good. And honestly, here we go. Punch, punch, and kick. Punch, punch, and kick. The real trick to boosting your mood. Moving your body, absolutely. Working your brain, sometimes more than others, absolutely. But practicing saying nice things to yourself. There is no substitute for that. You are not going to automatically feel amazing just because you've moved your body. There is some truth to the fact that endorphins will raise your mood. Let's go ahead and be walking here now. It will help your mood, but the thing that will make you feel better, like all the time, every time, is practicing consistently, like all things, saying nice things to yourself, telling yourself, this was a great workout today. This was exactly what I needed today. This was the right amount of work. punch, punch, and kick. When it beeps again, we're gonna do walking stars. Because my friends, I promise, this is the right amount of work. I know some of you looked at the time and you were like, nope, I gotta add on a little bit more. I have to do X number of minutes. I know how you are. When it beeps, I have to think about this. We're doing walking stars. Well, that means we're stepping forward, picking an apple, putting it in our pocket. Oh my gosh, thinking about leader legs. So forward, forward, back and back. Forward, forward, back and back. So on screen, I mean, we're almost done. We're not done, but we're almost done. I will have something a little tiny something from my friends who haven't quite quieted that monkey chatter yet. Or honestly, I mean, I get messages and comments all the time from all y'all who are actually a lot younger. Who are like, no, I just really like your workouts. Here we go back to walking. You might have another 10 minutes in you, and that's totally fine. I've got 10 more minutes for you, I promise. As mentioned, 800 workouts. Go look on my YouTube channel, you guys. I've got something for every mood you could possibly be in. When it beeps again, we're doing those walking stars again and pairing them with the big arm side shuffles, which is the last exercise in our kind of inchwormy circuit thing that we've done. We are coming close to the end here. Forward, forward, back and back. Oh my goodness. It's funny how even my lightest dumbbells still feel like work. This is why I love cardio toning walking with weights workouts like this one, because it doesn't take a lot of weight to really feel like you've done something with your body, specifically with my arms right now, just because they're overhead. When it beeps, like I said, we're doing those big arm side shuffles. So here we go, over to the side, shuffle and around. Now, as we finish up this inchworm, we're gonna finish as we started. So when it beeps again, we're gonna do that walking for an interval, and then we're gonna do these big arm side shuffles for one final interval all by themselves. So it'll be a little bit shorter of the cardio toning and a little bit more of the walking. And thank goodness for that, right? I know, my heart rate got up plenty high. I got plenty sweaty. Awesome job. Back to walking now. And then our final interval, those big arm side shuffles for the, what would that be? How many times did we do each exercise? Like 5, 4? You could tell me. That's too much work for my brain. That's not boosting my mood at all. My friends, I hope, like I always hope, that you get a boost out of doing a workout that is just right, but also, here we go with those big arm side shuffles, but also by kind of releasing some of your expectations about what you need to do, what you have to do for a workout. You know, I never try and be perfect. I mean, I think you've seen plenty of that today, but I want you to know that you never, ever have to be perfect. Your perfection is really, first of all, you were born with it. Second of all, I forgot to unplug my phone, and that's really too bad because we're almost done here. We're gonna walk because, my friends, we are done, but we are not quite finished. Here's what I've got for us. When it beeps again, hopefully that, well, I know the answer machine's gonna pick up, but hopefully it won't be a really long message. When it beeps again, we're gonna do some walking just like this, but we're gonna do a combo side raise press up. So we're gonna walk the whole time. We're gonna raise out to the side, then we're gonna press up. We're gonna raise out to the side, then we're gonna press up. It's like a little bit of a burnout for our arms because we've gotta finish it up. We're out to the side, pressing it up. Out to the side, pressing it up. This is kind of fast. This is the finisher. The finisher is supposed to be the toughest thing that we do, and I am really feeling it. That walking pace didn't change, but the heart rate is coming up and those arms are burning out, and thank goodness this is an absolutely no repeating finisher. When it beeps again, it's the last time it's going to beep. We'll put those dumbbells down. And then if you'd like to, there's a note here on screen. If you'd like to do a little bit more, I know how you are. I personally, I'm gonna cool it down. I'm gonna bring my heart rate down, and I'm gonna tell myself that today was enough. Oh my gosh, don't you feel better? I totally feel better. I I knew I would. It takes a little bit of repetition, a little bit of consistency to feel really good about your routine, to feel really good about what you're doing, to feel really good about meeting your fitness goals. My friends, no matter what your goals are, you can get them. I promise you. Practice some moderation, practice saying nice things to yourself. And in fact, let's open up and then close it up. Give yourself a big hug and a pat on the back because, oh my goodness, what a good job you did today. Feel how sweaty we got? It was moderate, but it was absolutely, positively enough. You guys, as mentioned, if you would like to do something a little bit more, I'll have it here for you on screen also. A little bit more cardio toning, just a little bit longer. I've also got a really nice extended cool down. I keep these cool downs short. It brings your heart rate down, but it's not so much that you can't like get on with your day. But if you'd like to do a little bit more stretching, a little bit more cooling down, I've got that for you too. Thank you so much for working out with me today. Make sure you click that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.